Have you ever imagined being trapped deep in the ocean, with death circling just inches away, and survival hanging by a single breath? Today, we take you inside the terrifying battle of Nancy Adams, where she faces off against a shark that stalks her for 2 relentless days and nights. Stay with us till the end, because a full-length video on this gripping story is coming soon. Nancy was fighting for her life, stranded in the middle of the vast ocean. The shark had her cornered, she was utterly alone, vulnerable. After a brutal struggle, Nancy managed to climb onto a worn-out floating buoy. But before she could even catch her breath, the rusted ladder suddenly snapped, sending her crashing back into the water. The shark was just a few feet away. Thinking fast, Nancy grabbed a broken steel pipe and struck back with all her strength. Seizing the moment, she scrambled back onto the buoy. But the danger was far from over. The shark rammed the buoy hard, shaking it violently, trying to throw her back into the water. Terrified, Nancy wedged herself tightly between the steel frames to hold on. Seeing no immediate success, the shark eventually retreated, for now. Nancy could finally breathe a little easier, but only for a moment. In the distance, she spotted a cruise ship, a flicker of hope. She rushed toward a nearby observation tower, pried open a rusted box, and found a flare gun inside. But as she reached for it, the flare round slipped and fell into the sea. With the cruise ship drifting farther away, Nancy dove fearlessly into the water and retrieved a single flare. She fired it, but it turned out to be a dud. Still refusing to give up, she plunged back into the water, retrieved all the remaining flares, and quickly fired another shot. But by then, the cruise ship had vanished over the horizon. Nancy's heart sank, her chance of rescue slipping away, and the shark was still lurking below. Nancy realized there was only one way out now. She had to fight back. She fired her last flare into the leaking fuel on the water's surface. The fuel ignited instantly, wrapping the shark in roaring flames. But in the vast ocean, fire doesn't last long. The shark dove into deeper waters and extinguished the flames. Moments later, it launched itself back toward Nancy in a vicious assault. It clamped its massive jaws onto the buoy, pulling it, and Nancy, underwater. Once again, she found herself in the shark's domain. Nancy clung desperately to the crumbling buoy, but it was clear, it wouldn't last much longer. Thinking quickly, she spotted some steel rebar underwater. Just as the buoy's chains were about to snap, Nancy leapt into the water, grabbed onto the iron chain. And as the chain broke, a sudden force pulled her toward the steel structure. The shark turned instantly and chased after her. But at the last moment, Nancy dodged sideways, and the shark slammed headfirst into the sharp steel rods. Thud. Impaled and defeated, Nancy had outsmarted the predator. But the brutal fight and loss of blood overwhelmed her, and she blacked out. Luckily, her GoPro camera floated to the surface, and a young boy spotted it from the shore. He quickly called his father, and together they rescued Nancy, just in time. If Nancy Adams' incredible survival story touched your heart too, smash that like button, follow us so you don't miss more thrilling survival tales, and make sure you subscribe, because a full-length video on this breathtaking battle is coming soon.